Hello, Facebook world. Hi, friends. Can you tell? My cheeks feel so big right now because I am so excited to have a little chat with you about one of our favorite things to do here as an agency because it has been such a lifesaver, not just for me as a business owner and entrepreneur, but also for our clients. And so, what I'm going to share with you are 10 ways. I actually have more ways than that. So, if you want more of those ways, just drop hashtag repurpose down below and I'll send you some extra notes. I have a fun checklist, but I'm going to share with you 10 different ways to repurpose your content so that it converts. And guess what? You spend less time on social media. So here's the thing. As an established entrepreneur, we are high performers, right? We are on the go nonstop. Some of us have assistants, some of us have extra support, people that help us with our social media, but they're not super experienced in the type of content that should be put out there. And I will tell you, you are most likely sitting on a gold mine of content. That's generally what I find when I start working with a new business or already established successful entrepreneur that is moving their content or their business from an offline business over to online. And because you're so busy, the last thing that you want to do is be spending time trying to figure out what to post, what to put out there that will actually get engagement, that will actually get people to like, know, trust, and buy from you. It's just, right? You have better things to do. You have to serve your clients, you have deliverables, you need to generate leads, you need to show up in your business. And so what I'm going to share with you are 10 of the things, and we do more of these, but at least 10 of the things that we do as an agency to help our clients. Okay. So if you are brand new to my network here, welcome. My name is Gina Tassinelli, if we haven't actually met, and I am the creator of Stylishly Branding as well as the founder of Hype Media. And so we work with established small business owners, entrepreneurs, experts, thought leaders, coaches, and consultants to help you show up unapologetically on social media, elevate and ignite your social media presence, but without actually spending more time on social. Can you believe that you can do that and still get people to like, know, trust, and buy from you? And so that's what we do as an agency. And I also work with people one-on-one and inside of my group coaching program to help them do this as well. So here are, well, before we get into repurposing, the 10 different ways to repurpose content, I first want to share with you, why would you want to repurpose content? Because there are so many really great reasons to do so. So let's talk about, why do you even want to consider repurposing content? Because maybe this is new to you and it might sound like a little overwhelming or like it's a lot more to do. And it absolutely isn't, okay? Especially if you've been on social media for a while, or if you do trainings, if you do a lot of video content, maybe you send out even a lot of emails, you do email marketing, things like that, you are probably sitting on a gold mine of content. And I can't stress that enough. It is a gold mine because content is what gets our ideal clients to not only become aware of us, but to consider to work with us. And then many times it moves them closer to saying yes to our products, our services, and our offers. It's not the only thing that's going to sell those things to them, but it gives them an experience, right? So when you hear content is king, I think content is queen, but it really is. And so as a really busy business owner, especially if you've been in business for a while, like myself, a little over 14 years, we don't have a lot of time to be sitting down and figuring out what we're going to put out there because we're busy serving our clients. So one of the best and most simplest ways to show up on social media outside of showing your face and doing video is to repurpose content that you already have. Okay. And so it's going to save you time because creating quality content already takes a lot of time. And there's nothing more quality than an actual video, especially nowadays. You want to be doing video. So you can literally take that one video and do a whole bunch of things to it. And that is what repurposing, that's just one example of repurposing. And I'm going to share with you exactly some really detailed examples of how that would work. But when you're doing this, it becomes a cyclical process. It's a cycle that just repeats over and over again. So you don't always have to focus on creating new content. You're focusing on the next big piece of content that you can use to create lots of other content from, instead of creating lots of other new content all of the time. You don't have to. You're also able to create a new, or to reach a new audience. Because here's the thing, people consume content in a variety of different ways. I personally rather watch a video than read a long blog post or article, or even a long-winded, a long form caption. I rather watch a video. Whereas there's people that don't want to watch video and they rather read, right? So you want to be able to have people consume your content in different ways. And that could be blog posts, could be emails, videos, just audio. So podcasts, or even, there is audio now, audio posts that you can do. It also is going to allow you to cut most of the content down, so that if you are, for example, if you're paying a social media manager to create content for you, they're most likely creating new content every single time they're putting something out. This is going to actually probably save you some money on their services, because they don't have to recreate the wheel every time they're going to put out a new piece of content for you. They can use one long form piece of content and repurpose it into a whole bunch of different ways. So how do you choose which content you want to use to actually repurpose? So what you want to do is you want to look at your analytics. You want to see which types of content are getting the highest engagement, the highest reach, the highest clicks. So there's different KPIs that you definitely want to be paying attention to. And then you also want to make sure that the content is evergreen, meaning it's not going to expire, right? So it's not like if you sign up today or on this date, this is happening. You want to make sure that it's evergreen for content repurposing to truly benefit you for the long run. Now, that doesn't mean that if you have something coming up and you do a video about it, that you can't repurpose that into different ways. But for an overall content marketing strategy, you want to do this with evergreen type content. And so think of the most popular pieces of content, or look inside of your analytics, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever that is that you put content out, maybe even YouTube. And what are the pieces of content that seem to be resonating the most with the audience? They have been shared, they have been clicked on, so they're getting the most traffic. They're getting the most video views, maybe whether that's on YouTube or Facebook or IGTV or Reels, things like that. And then narrow it down. Okay. All right. So here's some quick tips on how to actually repurpose content. You ready? So take some notes, or if you want to drop hashtag repurpose down below, I'm going to actually send you the show notes for today, but it's also going to include some additional examples that I'm not going to share right now because it's a ridiculous amount of examples. And by the way, if you have an assistant or you have a social media manager, make sure that you get that to them, okay? Because it's going to help you help them and vice versa. So number one, take a long form content. So for example, a blog post, okay? And you can turn it into a guide or an ebook or show notes that you send to your ideal clients, to your audience, to your fans, to your group members, whomever that is. And then vice versa, take a guide or an ebook and turn it into a blog post. That's just one way. That is actually a really great way to help you with SEO, search engine optimization, so that you can bring more traffic over to your website. So another part to this is take a video like I'm doing right now. We're actually going to take this video, we're going to transcribe it. Okay, and there are different third-party apps that you can use for transcribing. We love to use otter.ai. So we're going to transcribe it, and then we're going to take that written text, we will edit it into a blog post so it looks, like an article, like something that you would see on a website. We load it to a website. We also create show notes out of it, except for purposes of like today's video, it's going to have even more detail in it because I'm only going to go through like 10 of these. So now not only do I have a video that I can repurpose over to YouTube, the same video will go over to YouTube. I'm also going to transcribe it into a blog post, turn it into a blog post to upload to my new website coming soon. Then I can also create show notes out of it to send to my group members, my audience. I can attach it as a link inside of an email. We're also going to create, so I'm kind of jumbling all of the different 10 ways in one right now because we love to do it straight from video. Then we're going to take this video, we're going to chop it into smaller pieces. We can even create GIFs or GIFs out of it, whichever way you say it. How do you say it, by the way? I'd love to know. Tell me below. We're also going to create, like I said, short clips that we can use for Reels, we can use for TikTok, we can use for just a regular Facebook video or right inside of the Instagram feed if it's a minute or less. We can use it for stories and resize that video so it looks right on all those different assets of those platforms. We can take it and use for an email. I think I already mentioned that. We can then also take the blog article that was created from the video and create an infographic out of it. People love infographics because they're a great example. So I can create a diagram out of all of these repurposing tips and show like the video at the top and then different ways that can be chopped up and repurposed into different social media graphics and posts and pieces of content, right? I can turn the blog article into a short video, into a different short video. I can then convert a blog into a more upgraded piece of content that I actually want people to opt in for, where I start to build my email list from that. So I could take this video, convert it into a blog post, but then at the same time, I can create an infographic or a cheat sheet or a checklist or make it like a resource that people actually need to opt in for to receive that information, right? I can also repurpose this blog into multiple blog posts and also add backlinks and all of that website techie backend stuff. I'm not really into that. We do have people on our team that help us with that, so it's not my jam, but I know that it really helps with SEO. We can also take, for example, a set of videos. So say you're doing a live video or even you're uploading a recorded video and premiering it on Facebook once a week, but it's part of a series. You can take that and repurpose it into a course or a mini series or a paid workshop. Okay, so many things that you can do. Let's see, what's another good one? I can take pieces of the transcription of this video, and when that's transcribed, I can take quotes that I say and put them on images inside of Canva. Very simple to do. You don't need to actually be a graphic designer or have a graphic designer on staff to do this. They can use Canva, which is, I know for some like real graphic designers, it's not their thing to use, but for people like me that aren't official graphic designers, I love it. So you can take some of that text, put it on top of an image, and maybe I said something really spectacular during today's little marketing session, and I put that right on top of a graphic. I can also take these different examples of how to repurpose and create a carousel image set out of them. So, that's a set of images that people scroll through on Instagram. And that type of actual post is highly favored on Instagram as well. So there are just so many things. Are you getting the point? There's so many different ways to do this. And that is what we do as an agency. And it's also something that I teach inside of my Ignite Your Brand with Influence program inside of our office hours, weekly office hours. So if you loved these tips, I'd first love to get you to do a hashtag wow down below and share with me what is your favorite way that I shared about repurposing. I'd love to know, are you currently doing any of these things? And if you're not, you want to start. Okay, so if you need some help with that, I encourage you and invite you to hop on a complimentary call with me where I will actually do a mini audit on your current content and show you where you're missing some gaps that you could really be more efficient in using your content on social media and really up level your presence so that you are connecting with more of the right people, you're putting value out there, and you're spending less time on the platforms and actually serving your clients. So drop hashtag influence down below if you want to get on that call with me. It's free. It's 30 minutes. Like I said, it's a mini content audit call. I also look through your social media profiles and I'll show you where you're missing those gaps, where you might have some leaks and you're missing out on some leads from your social media content. So again, drop hashtag influence down below. And if you want the full show notes for today, give me hashtag show notes. Okay. And I'll make sure to get those to you when they are ready. I will be back next Thursday. I can't believe it's already Thursday. Next Thursday, same time, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Until then, have a fabulous rest of your week. Bye, guys.